Good afternoon. How are you today? Well, it's gorgeous here. I'm out later because it was raining terribly, and we have some errands to run before we go back tomorrow. Sad day, but also I look forward to going back to home. The break could have been longer, but it was good enough. Uh, in the news, we have the same stories basically, but there are always developments that are of interest. And one of them in particular is the unvaccinated. And there is a study out now that says those who are unvaccinated are 11 times more likely to die. We're not talking about getting it, to die as a result of the fact that they're unvaccinated. France has figured it out and refuses to let Americans or anyone else come to the country unless they are vaccinated. And no less a figure than Mr. Stern, who's not always reliable. He had a discussion about being vaccinated and unvaccinated, and he came down on the side of freedom, which is the freedom to live by taking the vaccine and having the several shots and the booster if necessary. In other words, doing what is good for you. But we have these deplorables, these people who want to believe that they don't have to take the vaccine, that it's a hoax. They'd rather take animal wormer. Go figure. But they'll put on seatbelts. They'll do all sorts of other things that are safe for them. So this shows the distortion of an irresponsible political leader, all Republicans, to inform people to take this risk that will kill them 11 times more than other people and compromise family and friends. And then those of us who don't know that maybe they're a carrier or that they're ill. And it's something that we can't ignore because the double vaccination also comes with breakthroughs in which people do catch the virus. So that's where we stand there. We have another issue that keeps kicking around, and it's a serious one, and we have a number of these. It's been a hot summer for problems, and it's about the abortion debate. The heartbeat bill out of Texas basically says that approximating when an ovum becomes fecundated and has a heartbeat is about 6 weeks. And so no woman can have an abortion after that date. Of course, that flies in the face of Roe v. Wade, which says that a woman from 22 to 24 weeks can have an abortion. And in the first trimester, which is 12 weeks, which is double the period of this bill, they can have an abortion. So what we have is a lawless, unconstitutional bill out of the Texas legislature, signed by Hey Babbitt in Texas to be the law. And the worst part, as you all know, is that there's a $10,000 bounty if you stop these people, if you report on them. And no less than Associate Justice Breyer commented that the failure of the Supreme Court to stay this bill for these two reasons, that it was already the clear law and the bounty, which is unacceptable. And so he said that the bill was wrong. And he said this on TV after he joined 3 other members of the court, including the Chief Justice Roberts, to say a stay should have issued. But the 5 evil Darth Vaders, they voted to let it go, no matter what effect it has on the women, their families, and the providers. Now, I've complained that where are our public officials? They give us talking points, but where's the action? There is a bill that was passed by the legislature which is unconstitutional and violates the criminal law in Title 18 U.S. Code 242. So why aren't we calling members of the legislature to a grand jury and asking them about it? Why aren't we thinking about prosecuting the legislature and the governor for violating that criminal act. It's a post-Civil War Act, KKK Act, because they are interfering with the constitutional right of an individual, as the crime provides. But instead, Garland, somebody awakened him, and he said, oh, what we're going to do is we're going to look into a civil suit, the Freedom of Access Act, and we're going to, use that. Well, come on. It's prompted people to say Garland has more bark, and I don't think his bark is so great, than bite, certainly. And here again, we're being encouraged something's going to happen. Whatever happened to those lawyers who bring TROs, temporary restraining orders, and file charges on a day's notice? Where are those lawyers? They should be in justice, at least some of them. We have an Office of Legal Counsel, supposedly the best lawyers in America. What are they doing? There are private counsel they could hire who would do this, but they fail. They fail us, one and all, and they fail those women. And this, Access Act, the Civil Act, the problem with that is that the providers are afraid of the statute and what will happen to them, and so they're not violating it. And their decision not to violate it means where are the providers for those women who are entitled to an abortion constitutionally and lawfully, but who can't get one in the state of Texas? That's really pretty terrible. So what are we going to do? I think we have to keep jawboning, because I don't think Garland would have gone as far as he did if we weren't all complaining he wasn't doing a damn thing. And same is true with the vaccines. Mandate it. Don't pussyfoot around about it. Mandate it. And go after the Texas legislature, and go after the governor, and go after anybody who comes forward to seek the bounty, and get an injunction so that these providers can actually take care of those people who need, want, and are entitled lawfully and constitutionally to an abortion. So that's what I have to say today. I'll probably talk to you tomorrow and Sunday. So be well. Bye-bye.